After school life is the hardest experience. Whoever feeds you controls you. Money buys peace, not happiness. Spiritual life hits harder than physical life. Whatever was meant to be, will be. So stop stressing about things that are beyond control. Being everywhere gets you nowhere. Our parents also try not to be poor. Big money never comes clean and clean. Money never comes big. Calendar is fake, we only have day and night. If you feel to cry, just cry, even if no one is there for you. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Even selling your own kidney, you need connections. Tomorrow is not promised. Nothing is yours, not even your life, just live. One day a day will start without you. We break ourselves for people who wouldn't bend for us. Yet somehow, it's the unexpected hands that lift us when we fall. Narcissists achieve more than good people. Never think it can never happen to you. Everything never thought is a lie. The actual things are not taught, and that's the world we live in. Consistency does not guarantee success. It's not always about working hard. Life can humble you when you see 1K as one name. You can work hard but still fail, while others are just winning without even trying. Just because you're not giving up is not a guarantee that you'll finally make it. The one who doesn't run will not get to his destination on time. People are evil. Self-love is very important. Breaking a habit sounds easy till you start the process. Never think it can never happen to you. Bro to bro, don't judge your dad until you become one. My face doesn't change no matter older I get. I look 12 yet I am 22. Education is not the key to anything. Everybody is jealous, but sometimes the person who tries to keep everyone happy is the most lonely inside, I can tell. We are happy you enjoy the music, and inside you understand the lyrics. We already existed on earth before, just from different generations. Yeah, I know it hurts, but you have to let it go. Life is meaningless without God. One day I will sit down, cry and say it was hard, but I made it. At the end of the day, it's only God who keeps his promises. Everything comes true if at all you have a strong mindset. According to the universal law of attraction of wealth. You bet. Juju.
Yes.
Skinny banana cause trouble.
Everybody think I'm okay cause I'm smiling, but way deep down in my soul I'm drowning. Nobody trying to hear me out. They hitting me up, but I can't let it out. So I've been drinking liquor, blowing my trees. I don't know what happened to me. It's late in the night, but I cannot sleep. Oh, and no one know the way that I feel. I'm going places, but I'm not free. Plenty team I wanna see. Oh, I'm sad. I'm too sad. Oh, I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad. Sad. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad. I got job, I got money and life. My family, everybody alright. But I'm not happy. Oh, I'm not happy. Sometimes I be like say nobody, yeah. Sometimes I be like say and I know myself. I got girls but I'm feeling sober. I'm falling, I can see no shoulder. I'm calling but nobody can talk. Nobody can talk to me. Everybody think I'm okay cause I'm smiling, but way deep down in my soul I'm drowning. Nobody trying to hear me out. up, but I can let it out. So I've been drinking liquor, blowing my trees. I don't know what happened to me. It's late in the night, but I cannot sleep. Oh, and no one know the way that I feel. I'm going places, but I'm not free. Plenty team up on a see. Oh, I'm sad. I'm too sad. Oh, I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad. Sad. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad.
Okay, all right, guys. Yes, welcome to another episode. Where we discuss issues that are affecting our people and our lives. In Liberia and in all of Liberia. So welcome. And today we are talking about a term you might have heard, but probably or perhaps you haven't fully understood it. Today we're going to be talking about life expectancy. Simply means how long the people in Liberia live for. So that's what we're going to be digging into. So I'm going to be talking about life expectancy, and we're going to be deep. We're going to go deep into it and find out what are some of the reasons that other countries have longer life expectancy and some countries have shorter life expectancy. So I know that people already know what life expectancy mean, but have they ever took their time and looked deep into it and realized and say, yes, there's few things that we could have done wrong or we could have done right. So we're gonna be talking about life expectancy. Now, I stand to be corrected. Some of you might have, you know, heard about life expectancy. You might have studied it. You might have read about it. Look, it doesn't matter. There's always something new to learn, right? So that's what we're gonna be talking about. But I want to play these really 1 minute 30 second song, and then we're gonna get into it, and then we're gonna welcome everybody.
And she asked me if Dev sat next to you in a bar, looked you in the face, said the time is up, what would you say? My first question would be, oh, what took you so long? I sent the invitation long ago, you rejected me so many times. Sorry man, one last thing, can we just sit together for a bit so I can finally have a friend? Please. Oh, I don't mean to make you cry, but when I die, just box me off. I need no headstone, no names, no titles. I'm a piece of shit who will be forgotten. Anyway, my mind has been a war zone. At least I pray I find peace now. And if I die, no matter what, don't bring me back here. It's dark here, and I hate the dark. But at least I tried, even though I tried. With memories I would love to relive again. And she asked me,
All right, so let's stop the music and get into this, right? So yes, welcome everyone. Like I said, we're gonna be talking about life expectancy today. Look, it might involve a little bit of politics and social, but it's a general topic. I think it's a topic that people don't really talk about, or it's something that people don't really know much about. And you have to take your time and read these things, right? So you can really understand why some country have or why people in other country live longer than others, right? So, but today we're gonna be focusing on Liberia. What is Liberia life expectancy, and why are some of the causes of Liberia living longer or shorter life? Right. So we're gonna get into some of this. Now, this is a comparison graph between Liberia and, but this is a 20 from 1990 to 2014. I also have the 2023, but I just want to show this, right? So this is Liberia and Sierra Leone comparison. And when it comes to life expectancy, okay, so that's from 1990. So children that were born in 1990 to 2014. So this is a life expectancy for Liberia and Sierra Leone. Why am I comparing Sierra Leone and Liberia? Because Sierra Leone and Liberia, they are brothers. Okay, these are the two countries in West Africa that might be some of the poorest country in West Africa. So that's what I'm trying to compare both of these countries together, right? Well, what is life expectancy? What? What does it mean? And why is it important? Right? What is life expectancy? What does it mean? And what is it important? And what does Liberia life expectancy tell us about the state of our nation? Now, that's where I want to talk about. What does it tell us about our nation? So that's what we're going to talk about. So life expectancy simply is the average number of years a person is expected to live within a country, right? So that's, for example, for example, now that does not mean that everybody meant to die at a certain age. No, it's simply trying to say that uh, it's just a number of years that certain people live for. Oh, hey, Big Bro Valley, how are you? K Square, what's up, bro? Yeah. So yeah, that's just to tell you that how many years each person in each country is expected to live for. Now, and there's are other factors, cost factors for these people, or for this, or for the shortening of life, or for the longest of life in like in each country, right? So in Liberia, what does it say? So for example, if Liberia life expectancy is around 63, it means that a baby born today is expected to live on average to about 63 years of age. Now, assuming current health condition remain the same. Now, that's a key word, current health condition, right? So that's a key word, current health condition. So those are some of the key factors, and we're going to dive into that. Remain the same. Now, that does not mean everyone dies at the age of 63. No. Some people may pass away much younger, while others may live into their 70s, 80s, or even 90s. And we have people in Liberia that live to their 90s. We have people that live to their 80s, but there's not many of them that live to that age, right? But there are people that live to that age limit, right? For example, the current president, President Joseph Yuma Boakai, he's 80 some more years old, and he still have long life ahead of him, right? It's all about how you live your life, or what kind of life that you live. That's all it is. So Liberia's life expectancy is 63. Now, that's, remember, women and men live at a different age, right? So women and men do not live at the same age. Women and men live at a different age, right? So, for example, if the life expectancy in Liberia is at 63, that's the overall 63. But in that 63, because women tend to live at least 2 or more years than men, it's all about the lifestyle, right? Because especially in Africa, You know how hard we the men, you know how hard we work, you know how we struggle, right? So women tend to live a bit longer than men, maybe a year or two or even more. That's the difference between a man and a woman, right? But overall, if a child is born today, we expect them to live to at the age of 63 or more, because that's the life expectancy in Liberia. Now, people die younger, people live on and on and on till 90. Probably people live to 100. I've been saying it, but it's not impossible. So Liberians who live in Liberia, they live to the age of 63. That's the expected year for them to die or pass away. That's the expected year for them to die or pass away. Now, what are some of the causes, right? So, life expectancy is a way of measuring the overall health and well-being of a country population. So, the reason why we change government and blame government for certain things or for everything, these are the reasons. Now, it's not something that is happening. This has been like this forever, because you could go back to the 80s, the 60s, the 70s. Life expectancy now is improving than it was back in the day. But we need more work to be done so that people that live in Liberia can have an extended life. Okay. Maybe in comparison to other countries, right? So it does not mean that people don't live longer or people don't die younger. No, people can die at a young age and people can live a bit longer than it is. Okay, President Joseph Boakai, he's about 82 and he still got a long life ahead of him. Who knows how long he's gonna live for, right? So then, why is like yes. Why is Liberia life expectancy lower than many countries? Now, those are some of the questions when you people are voting, you need to think of. Okay. Why is Liberia life expectancy lower than other country? Why is why are you blocking? Right? So those are some of the issues when we put government in charge of our nation. Those are the things we want the government to help us to improve, right? Sorry guys, my this internet is playing up. I don't know why. I'm coming. Let me see if I can fix it real quick. Okay. Yes.
After school life is the hardest experience. Whoever feeds you controls you. Money buys peace, not happiness. Spiritual life hits harder than physical life. Whatever was meant to be will be. So stop stressing about things that are beyond control. Being everywhere gets you nowhere. Our parents also try not to be poor. Big money never comes clean and clean. Money never comes big. Calendar is fake, we only have day and night. If you feel to cry, just cry, even if no one is there for you. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Even selling your own kidney, you need connections. Tomorrow is not promised. Nothing is yours, not even your life, just live. One day a day will start without you. We break ourselves for people who wouldn't bend for us. Yet somehow, it's the unexpected hands that lift us when we fall. Narcissists achieve more than good people. Never think it can never happen to you.
All right, let's get back. I think the internet is back on. All right, let's stop the music, right? So welcome once again, guys. I'm sorry for that little interruption right there. But yes, the question was, why is Liberia life expectancy lower than many countries. That's the question there. Why is Liberia life expectancy lower than many countries? And this is where the conversation gets serious. And maybe people need to learn, okay? Because when we hold government accountable, those are some of the things we're looking at for government to work on, for government to fix, right? So this is why when government comes to power, we expect them to to better the life of our people. And when we hold them accountable for not doing what they promised the people, and then other people get mad and say, "Oh, we are bad mouthing the government." No, we it's not because we hate the government or we hate the person in charge, but if it's the person doing the right thing to help the lives of normal Liberians or ordinary Liberians to increase, right? So that's where the issue comes. Now, why is it Liberia life expectancy is lower than many countries? Now, several challenges continue to shorten life in Liberia. Okay, and many of us we already know what are those challenges that is affecting Liberians or shortening the life of Liberians, right? But let's go into it because I mean that's what we have in the conversation now. So let's dive into it. Right, let's dive into it. Uh yes, let's dive into it. Sorry guys, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right, let me do this. I'm trying to put my notes up here so I can look at it. Let's do this. Okay. So why is it that Liberia life expectancy, or why is it that Liberians live shorter than other country, right? And like I said, this is where the conversation start. So maybe you can get on the internet and do your research. You can go onto ChatGPT and do your research. That's all we did. Okay, those informations that are already out there on the internet or ChatGPT can provide you all of this, right? So several challenges. Okay, several challenges is a cost factors for Liberians to not live longer life. Now, majority of Liberians don't live to 80. They don't live to 70. No, many of our people who live in Liberia today, they don't live to that long. Now, malaria is one of the major killers in Liberia, especially among children. Malaria is one of the factors why Liberia life expectancy is shorter than other many countries. Okay, malaria. Something like malaria is a major issue that we have in Africa or in Liberia. Many communities still lack easy access to quality health care. Okay, so quality health care, that's what we cry for. That's why Liberians keep voting new president, new president, new president because they want some improvement in the health sectors, some improvement in the educational system, right? So many communities still lack access to healthcare, quality healthcare, right? And maternity death. So children dying young or children dying at birth during pregnancy and childbirth. This is we in 2026. Women and children should not be dying at childbirth. That's to tell you how poor the healthcare system is in that country. And those are the things that they look at. The statistics show those are the things that they look at when they rate the country or when they put the country in the ranking. Okay, so maternity death. Okay, during pregnancy and childbirth remain a concern in Liberia today. We're in 2026, but we're still having those issues. We have midwife, we have nurses, we have doctors, but we still have our women and children dying at childbirth. Poor sanitation and unsafe drinking water. It contributes to prevent to preventable diseases. Now we have LWSC, Liberia Water and Sewage, and people say there's water or 76% access to water, right? But people still die because they're drinking dirty water. People are drinking water from the well. It's not it's not purified. The water coming from the well, it's not purified. You don't know what is going in that water. The earth worms and all these things are in that water. But people draw the water and they drink that water. So tell me, whatever diseases in that water is coming right in your belly. Your system is not strong enough to fight some of those viruses that comes out of the earthworm. Okay, so in the year 2026, Liberia should not be drinking a well water. No, there should be running water in every household. Yes, pipe-borne water should be in every household in Liberia. This is 2026. This is not 20 years ago or 30, 40 years ago. It's 2026. And Liberia is one of the wettest countries in the world. Liberia is a tropical land. It rains so much in Liberia that the ground is soaked. There's enough water in the ground. So we should not be worried so much about water, because why? We live in a country that is so wetter than other country. We are one of the wettest country in the world. The rainforest. For poor sanitation and safe drinking water remain a major concern in Liberia. Yes, remain a major concern in Liberia today. And poverty make it difficult for many families to afford a proper nutrition and medical treatment. I listened to a girl on one of the platform. There's a video on social media where I think she was talking about Redemption Hospital. When you go to Redemption Hospital, whatever they do, you're gonna have to pay for it. So if you have a cut on your hand or on your leg, and you go to Redemption Hospital for them to dress that wound, you're gonna pay for it. Whatever medication, whatever needle they gave you, whatever days or time you spend at the hospital, you pay for it. So this is why poverty is making it difficult for many Liberians family to afford a proper nutrition or medical treatment. Because if you don't have that money and you're really sick, you have malaria, you have some sort of viruses, and you don't know. But because you don't have money to go to a government hospital, you rather stay home, and you don't know what is that doing to your body. Some of those viruses, especially malaria and other things, they kill. So, but people are afraid to go to the hospital because they cannot afford. So they stay home. At the end, they die. They die of a common disease or a common illness that could have been prevented in the hospital. But because Medicare is so expensive, people are afraid. So they stay home and die. Or if they have virus that is transferable, then they spread it within a community or within a household they live in. That's why Liberia life expectancy is shorter or lower than many other countries in the world. Yes. How many people are eating nutritional food in Liberia? How many people can afford? Maybe the farmers, people who live, in the villages, they have organic food, you know what I mean? Like they have access to good food they can eat and give them nutrition. But how many of our people who live in West Point can afford? Imagine just the community alone, West Point. Just look at the community. Look at how these people live. Look at the house they live in. Look at people are moving between Zane round to get to their abode, right? So those are some of the reasons Liberians live a shorter life than other countries or many other countries, right? So now, then we come to some of the major issues that happen every day in Liberia. Road accident. Road accident and other preventable injuries are also claiming life in Liberia. Now, this is not just Liberia, it's happening within Africa. But I'm talking about Liberia, and that's what we see, right? So, road accident and other preventable injuries is costing people life. People are dying from this common stuff, right? Okay. So I'm not just giving you numbers. These are not just statistics. Okay. These are real people, real family, and real stories. This is not just any other podcast where you talk off head. No. Every information that I'm giving you, just go on the internet or go on Google or go on ChatGPT. Check some of this internet. So when we hold government accountable, it's not because we don't like that person, but we're looking at the vision of this person, right? We're looking at the vision of this person. What do they prioritize the most? What is their priorities? Is it big shot? Is it moving big? Is it moving with a huge convoy? That's what we look at, right? So I'm not just giving you those things because I want to give you. Those are information, and those are things that are affecting our people today in Liberia. But the good news is that life expectancy can be improved. Life expectancy can be improved, right? So we look at all the causes of you know, what are some of the causes? Why do people tend to live longer and other live a bit shorter than the others? And there's still a good news for country like Liberia. This can be improved. It cannot be prevented, but it can be improved, right? Now, Liberia can help people live longer. So people can live longer. Investing in hospitals and clinics. Very, very important. Training and supporting healthcare workers. That's not something that we do so much in our country. Fighting malaria through mosquito nets and treatment program. I know many people can afford like many houses in Liberia have mosquito net, but can everybody afford mosquito net? No, no. So creating jobs and the economics opportunities that help family to afford a better living condition. Because with no jobs, there's no money. With no money, you cannot buy mosquito net, right? With no money, you cannot go to hospitals. With no money, you cannot buy nutritional food for your children and yourself. So first, creating jobs and improving the economies gave an opportunity to family to afford some of those, essential. Those are the basics of life. So when people have access to good health care, right? Education, nutritional food, safe communities, they tend to live longer. Like I always say on my show, health is wealth, right? Health is wealth. So if you have a good health condition, you live longer. Yes, yes, you live longer. So follow the show, guys. Share the life. Share the life with other people. Yeah, share the life. Share the life. Hmm? Share the life,
Listen here, Liberians.
guys. Share the life. Share the life. Share the life.
This right here goes to you
Invite your
all.
friends. Yeah,
Stop fighting one another.
yeah. Invite your friends.
Unite and hold your leaders accountable.
We're talking a very important issue
Pressure
today,
them for the
so
future of your children.
I expect everybody to be watching and share the life,
Quiet
right?
streets lies the children. The wind whispers pain. No guns are firing, yet our hearts bleed in the rain. Old man with 42 years, you stood tall and you swore, but the dream we believed in lies broken on the floor. Children go to bed with bellies full of nothing but air. Mothers wipe tears while the market stands bare. Corruption flows like the mighty St. Paul River wide, and tribalism whispers choose your side or step aside. Either you're in the circle or they throw you in the fire. Voices that once spoke truth now tremble and expire. Be careful who you vote for. Oh, Liberians, be wise. Your children's lives are hanging in the balance of your eyes. Vote with your heart and interest, not the stomach's empty cry. For the future is watching, and tomorrow never lies. Be careful who you vote for. Tomorrow's in your hands. Yeah. Prophet Key sits behind bars for daring to speak free. Honorable Yeke Koluba cast out for all the world to see. Journalists walk in silence, fear choking every word, while bike riders struggle and market women's dreams are blurred. We are not at war, yet the suffering cuts so deep. Our people are drowning while the powerful sleep. How do
Share the life, guys. Yeah, share the life. Okay, invite your friends, bring other people on the life, right? So we're not too far now. We're almost there, right? We're almost there. So we're not too far. So now, now we know some of the causes of why Liberians live a bit shorter than many other countries, right? And now we know that it can be improved, right? Yes, it can be improved. Definitely. It just need to take few steps, couple of steps, and things will be all right. Right. So life expectancies, is more than a number. It's not just, it's more than a number. It affects the quality of life of a nation. Yes. It tells us whether children are surviving, whether mothers are receiving care, whether communities have clean water, right? And whether people have the opportunity to live longer or long and productive life. Yes. So life expectancy is more than a number. Okay? It's more than a number. So everyone has a part to play. So everyone has a part to play. Okay, a productive life. So as Liberia continue to develop, improving life expectancy should be a goal that unite all of us, regardless of your political party, your tribes, your religion, your background. Because at the end of the day, every Liberian deserves a chance to live a better life. Yes, every Liberian deserve a chance to live a better life. Okay.
Skip, 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 skinny but I cause trouble.
So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we should be working together to make to improve our life. Okay. So now we already gone through it and we exclude the government out of it, right? But now now the government is gonna get involved, right? So we already talked about why Liberians have a lower life expectancy, which is about 63 years. Okay, that's the average life expectancy in Liberia. Why other countries like Australia, people live to 110, 105, and many other countries. But in Africa or in Liberia, people live a bit shorter, right? So, how is this? This is the question. Somebody is asking now. How is this the fault of the government, right? How is it the fault of the government? Very good questions. How is the life expectancy or the longest or the shorter life expectancy the fault of a government? So remember, we are all politicians. No matter what you do, as long as you are a human live or a beings living, you are a politician. So how is this the fault of the government? Okay, so this is it. One thing we need to understand: the government is not solely responsible for life expectancy. No, but the government policies and service can have a major influence, okay, on how long people live. Yes. So the government policy and the services that they provide, right, can influence how long people live. Now, what are some of the things that the government should do as a government who comes to power to empower your people? As a government who said they love their people, what are some of the things that they should be doing that the citizen should focus solely on and not on too much of opposition or imposition? And this is what I always say to my fellow Liberians. When you change a government, forget about the past government. Use that government as an example. But your focus and frustration should be on the current government, because the past government cannot offer you anything, right? So that's why the focus should be on the current government and not the past government. Because the current government have every power to improve living condition, to improve health, to improve education. So that's why I always tell you people, whenever you change a government, do not focus on the past government. Focus on the current government. They can destroy your life or they can build your life, right? So here are some of the ways government action can affect the life expectancy of Liberians. I said it before. Number one, healthcare. If we don't have a good healthcare, right? How are we meant to improve lives? We need to have a good healthcare to improve lives. Okay, health is wealth. So, for example, We have hospitals, we have clinics. But those hospitals, do they have medicine? Those hospitals that we have, are they affordable to the common Liberians? Can Liberians who have malaria walk to JFK, which is a government hospital, and not expect to pay more than 20,000 LD? No. So it's not because we don't have hospitals. We have 14 Military Hospital, Retention Hospital, Emir Hospital. We have hospital in Tapetan, Grand Jude, everywhere. But those are just structures. Those are just buildings. Can those improve the life of Liberians? What is the structure of a hospital where there's no medicine? That's not a hospital. It's just a beautiful structure. So when we say hospital, hospital should be affordable. Okay, hospital should have equipment, and hospital should have professional doctors. Hospital should have professional nurses, and most importantly, hospital should have medicine to save life. Okay, so if hospitals and clinics and all those people, they start training the medical staff, some sort of medical program to help improve, to have some professionalism in the sector, people could live a bit longer. Yes. And then, most very important, you have hospitals, and then you need water, right? Now, according to the director of water and sewer, he said that 76% of Liberians have easy access to basic water. Now, he's not saying this 76% of people have access to pipe-borne water in their houses. No, he's saying to basic water. It could be the well, it could be the stream, it could be whatever water, right? Now, the question is, having access to this water is another thing. But for this water to be safe for drinking, for this water to be clean for drinking, is another thing. And that should be the main focus of the water and sewer directors. And it's not just about easy access to water. No, you need to have clean water, sanitation. A government often oversees public water system, sanitation infrastructures, and waste management, right? Poor sanitation can increase the spread of diseases that can shorten life. So if you look in the streets of Liberia today, the country is dirty. The country was dirty 6 years ago. It was dirty 12 years ago. It was dirty 14 years ago. And the country is still dirty today. Now, market women are sitting in the dirt, in the mud. The mosquitoes from the dirt is sitting on these people and it's infecting them with malaria. So that's why malaria is a common cause of death in Liberia today. Can the government improve that? Yes. The government can improve health in that area. Okay, a better sanitation, right? A better sanitation can help to improve life expectancy. Because those market women that sit in that dirt, in that mud, getting bitten by mosquitoes, they're gonna go home to their babies. And whatever infection that they get from that malaria or from that mosquito, they're gonna transfer that to their family, to their beautiful children, husband, grandmothers, father. And then when it comes to the reality, they don't have access to healthcare. Now, when I say access to healthcare, I'm not saying there's no hospitals. I'm not saying there's ain't no clinic. No, there are hospitals and clinics, but are they affordable for ordinary Liberians? Because we don't say hospital and only politicians and government officials that can afford. No, hospitals should be affordable for every Liberians, right? So sanitation and clean drinking water can help longer the life or longer a person life in Liberia, right? And then I come down to number three, very important, education. Education help people understand understand health risk, nutrition, hygiene, and disease prevention. Government investment in school can indirectly improve the health outcome, right? So government need to invest in education. The teachers need to be well qualified for them to be able to teach a student. If a teacher cannot read properly, how you think they're gonna educate a child? And teacher have to have material at their fingertip, right? So, for example, the University of Liberia. Look at the University of Liberia. And if we are not Liberians to know that this is the University of Liberia, if you tell anyone outside of Liberia, this is the University of Liberia, they're gonna say, nah, that's a dungeon. Nah, no one's gonna believe the highest educational building in our country, the University of Liberia. It's a mess. So how you think children or students gonna go to uni and focus when the roof is leaking, when there's no proper toilets? How you think students gonna be happy to come to school? The classroom is a mess, disgusting, nasty. Who's gonna go and sit in such a classroom? So education is important. So the government of Liberia have to invest in education so that our people can be educated to understand the importance of health, nutrition, hygiene, disease prevention. If our people are not educated, how you think they're gonna understand all of this? So when you elect a government, this is why you elect a government to improve in these sectors, to improve in this area. That's why you invest in the government, right? Yo, Josh, how are you, bro? Right? So that's why we change a government so that our lives can be improved. We don't change a government and our life is getting worse or our life is still at the same level that we were a few years ago. We change a government so we can have a better healthcare, a better drinking water, a better just the essential of life. That's why we change government. So, oh, man, infrastructure. Infrastructure has to be improved. Roads, transportation, emergency services, very important. Ambulance going to pick a patient or ambulance responding to certain case. The time limit is a crucial. A time limit for an ambulance to move from Waterside to maybe Pinsville. Oh, nah, that's not possible. because Painville have their own. But anyway, from one junction to another, right? Or let's say from Waterside to cross the bridge, or from Waterside to New Bridge, let's say, how the time, which is a very crucial part of life, because saving life has to do with time. And if an ambulance cannot get to the patient within due time, whatever that's going to happen, it will happen. So infrastructures, roads and transportation and emergency services required to improve our life expectancy so we can live a bit longer. We that live in Liberia. I mean, some people are fortunate to go to America, Australia, Canada, but not everyone is fortunate enough to go to these places. But that does not mean that people who's left behind cannot have a decent life. People that are left behind deserve to have a decent life, which because why? This is their country. This is their motherland. This is where they were born. Probably this is where they're gonna die. So they deserve a better life. They deserve an easy life. A 6 years old child should be able to go to school or childcare or kindergarten. A 12 years old child should not be selling in the market or should not be in the street between cars. They should be in school. They should be studying their books so they can have a better life ahead of them. So government does have a role to play. Yes. So we need to start running public health programs, vocational camp or whatever it is, vaccination campaign, malaria control, disease surveillances, and there's just so much government can do for the people, right? And if government is doing all of this, I don't think that the Liberian people will be so focused on politics because government is delivering to them. So they won't be that focused. So if you want to steal $1 million, you can steal all of that without the Liberian people getting to know. But when you keep your people poor at a certain level, then everybody intend to focus on you and what you're doing. Right? That's why you see a lot of young people are into politics today than they were back in the day. I used to come from school and go downstairs and play soccer maybe for 1 hour, and I have to go back upstairs because study class teacher is coming. So I did not have time, or I was not even focused on what government is or what politics is, because I have to study. Study class teacher is coming, and my study class teacher was our study class teacher. Me and my sisters and brothers. He was an army man. Okay, and he used to come in the house with his gun. So I have 1 hour after school to go downstairs and play with my friends. And after that, I have to be right back upstairs to study. Education is important. But most importantly, the economists or the policies, government policy can influence or influence employers, inflation, and economic growth. Poverty is closely linked to health. Yes. Outcomes because it affects direct people like market women, pimping riders, keke riders, bike riders, because they cannot afford to go to hospitals. So they rather stay home. And at the end, they die of a common disease or a common illness that could have been prevented. So, however, however, government is not the only factors because life expectancy is also influenced by an individual lifestyle. your choice of life. If you want to be a smoker or you want to be an alcoholic, then be an alcoholic. It's going to shorten your life. So, government has a blame. But we as an individual, we have our blame as well, right? So, individual lifestyle choice is important. Okay, family and community support, cultural practices, okay, private sector healthcare. Those are all important, and those are things we can do. Okay, so international aid and development programs, government, those can come through the government. So for my for my ending point, right? For my ending point. So yeah, man. Here you go. 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 Let me listen to Liberia mentality. Let's listen.
Oh yeah, Liberia mentality is like a virus, yeah, that flowing through the land. Liberia mentality is like a virus, oh, that flowing through the land. Let us stop it today to be Liberia. We are one people here. Stop the mentality, yeah. Mentality, Liberia mentality. Let's stop it today. Miss la musica, Ibe miss wa musica. Miss la musica, Ibe miss la musica. Mentality, let's stop the mentality. Liberia mentality. Charity begin at home, and end in a brother. Oh yeah. Liberia will be on Christian principle, but the reality is different. Stop it today. Sometimes when I look around, I can see the resources. I do not know what we're suffering for. So we say, nepotism. Some people will say it's corruption, but I can't let you know it's Liberia mentality. It's a special kind of virus that blow you through the land. We don't love ourselves, we love other people too. Change this mentality.
Yeah, so thanks everybody, right? So I want to say thanks to all of you. I see a few people popping in and out. Okay, that's how it is. People are busy. Some people are watching the show without clicking on it. So we understand that, right? But most importantly, the video is gonna be out there on my Facebook page. It's gonna be out there on my YouTube page. My YouTube channel. So you can go down to my YouTube channel at Liberians Impact. Okay, Liberians Impact on YouTube, and you're gonna see my YouTube channel, right? Liberians Impact out there on YouTube, and you're gonna see my YouTube channel. We have Daniel Dcash and I. We've done a lot of work. They're also on our YouTube page. At Liberian Impact. You can get that. You can get that from there, right? Let me put all my YouTube channels for some of you guys. Who haven't seen my YouTube channel. You can follow like the Liberian Impact YouTube channel so that you can see most of my work. Okay, I do a lot more on YouTube. I do a lot more on YouTube. So all my lives and videos and all the stuff they're on YouTube. You can watch them on YouTube, right? So this is it right here. So this is the YouTube channel. So if for some reason if you want to go down to my YouTube channel, this is what you're gonna get, right? This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the Liberians Impact YouTube channel right here, right? So that's the Liberian Impact YouTube channel right there. So go down to my YouTube channel. As you can see, we've done a lot of work. There's a lot of videos, a lot of politics videos, a lot of music promotion, a lot of business promotion, you know, even fishing video, they're all on our YouTube page. You can go down and, subscribe to the YouTube channel and, you know, yeah, help brothers out, help your brothers out, right? So let me take this down. Let me take it down now. Okay, so you can also go down to you can also watch me on Facebook on the Liberia's Impact as well. You can watch me on this channel. You can watch me on the Liberia Impact. Where we do a lot of work. But Liberia's mentality, okay, it's a special kind of virus. And shout out to my big brother Obadiah Topa, aka the Nema Victory Man. Okay. Obadiah Topa made this song.
Change his mentality for Liberia to grow.
So in order for Liberia to grow, we need to change our mentality. We need to change the way we do certain things, the way we think, the way we behave. So those are some of the reasons we are lacking. And those are some of the reasons why government officials continue to use we the common people. Because the mentality that we have, if it's not you, it's not anyone else. So when a government comes to power and they lie to you, instead of holding them accountable for what they promise you, you tend to leave whatever they promise you and go against the opposition. Whenever you change a government, you should not worry about that government anymore. Your focus should be about the current government because they can change your life or they can destroy your life. Yes. So we need to hold our government accountable. But in conclusion to the topic, a balanced view, because this is the balanced view. A government performance can affect life expectancy through healthcare, education, sanitation, and the economies, right? However, life expectancy is not determined by government alone. Yes, families, communities, businesses, and individuals all play a role in creating the condition for a longer and healthier life. So this framing allowing for discussions and accountability without assuming that any single factor is entirely responsible. So government have a role. We as an individual, we have a role. Communities, we all have a role to increase the life expectancy of our people or ourselves. For example, rainy season. I don't know, maybe rainy season is now in Liberia because I heard that the electricity is getting better now. But rainy season is here. And I make a podcast about how communities can prevent their community from getting flooded. But people don't listen. So if you go down my YouTube channel, you will see I make a podcast specifically for how communities can prevent their community from getting flooded during the rainy season, and they can have a healthy community throughout the rainy season. Because government ain't gonna do it for you. You gotta take the initiative and the leadership to do certain things. We cannot always. Now listen to this. Right? Sorry, my seat keep on going down. Now listen to this. Government have a role. We as an individual or we as a citizen, we have a role. But if government is not doing what they promised to do, or if government is not doing what they are supposed to do, Do we just sit and fold our hands and just look at the government? Or should we take the initiative and the role of a leader and gather strong manpower and do things for ourselves? Now, if you live in a community like Duazon or Disville or wherever community you live in, and you know that in rainy season your community is gonna get flooded, then you start putting preparation at the end of or dry season. You start digging some gutters, you start digging sandbags and blocking all the access for water, to stop water from coming within your communities. Government's supposed to do that, but if government ain't doing it, y'all should be able to do it as a team. Collectively, we can help the government prevent couple of life. Right? But at the end of the day, Liberia is one of the country that depends solely on the government. Right? Liberia is one of the country that the people depend solely on the government. Now, turn with our number from the founding of Liberia to 2026. Leaders have never put the Liberians people first. Leaders have always put their interests and the interests of their family and associate first. And time with our numbers, government comes and lie to us. Government comes and lie to our people. Do you know why our people, or do you know why the government is not building the educational system to quality? Do you know why government are not focusing on improving the healthcare? Because government don't like educated people. They want people that they can lie to. They want people they can use. Now, for example, if you are a well-educated person, would you be out there in the street protesting? Or would you be out there committing crime just for government to look bad or for opposition to look bad? If you are an educated person, no. So government keep you in certain condition so that you can solely depend on them. At the end of the day, you are nothing but a beggar to them. That's our government. Yes, that's our government. Yeah, I'm telling you. Liberia mentality.
Liberia mentality. Let's change it today. I want to Ghana, the people play Ghana music. I want to Nigeria party, they play Nigeria music. I want to Salon party, they play Salon music. I came to Liberia party, they play foreign music. I even get them my music, they make all Liberia music. They turn my music down, inside Liberia. They play so foreign music. Oh yes, oh. Liberia mentality, let's change it today. Let us start a fighting. Let us start a segregation. Let us start fighting one another. Mentality. When Liberia men see Liberia men, he get alle one eye. When you see foreign people, he get bow down. Mentality.
All right, so guys, thanks to everybody. Thanks to those of you that watch my live, and those of you who gonna see the video. I also want to say thank you. Take your time and go through the whole podcast. Okay, there's a lot of educative stuff, in that live. So now let me play a couple of music and we can call it a night. Okay, that's all. That's all we have time for today. Thanks to all of you. right?
Living my life on the low like
Why worry?
why worry?
Why
Me, I know the hustle when I pay me.
Why worry?
Me, I press pause to all the one and I was just making noise. This time, and I got time for showing show. I will enjoy myself. I'm a time to joke up. I get my own to go. For all the one and I was just running more. This time, and I got time for showing show. I will enjoy myself. I'm a time to joke up. I show them love, but they show me baby. Hard in that face, but I see them clear. They're laying back on my grind, I guess it. On the rock and roll, till they all, and I guess it. Living my life on the low like
Why worry?
me, I let it way I get it, wow. When they come me over here with a traffic, I be enjoying myself. Me, I let it way I get it, wow. When they come me over here with a traffic, I'm enjoying myself. One more day for iron to suffer.
Yeah, so guys, life, life in our country, we got to take the initiative ourselves and better our own lives. Now, if we keep on depending on government, time with our number, our government have failed us, right? So Liberia is a rich, Liberia is a rich country. Yake Koluba has said this countless time, and you listen to Wemo Pay recently when he spoke, right? The country is rich. The country is rich. The people are
Then you
poor.
will know if you're like your
Tell me.
lover. You say
Yeah.
you're own acting offer, but we all know say.
So the country is rich, but the people are
I'm
poor.
making money on that
So
daily.
does that even make sense?
The hustle when I pay me. Your
Wow.
jealous say and they can't kill me. They can't kill me. Nothing can fail me. I'm making money on that daily. Me, I know the hustle when I pay me. Your jealous say and they can't kill me. They can't kill me. Living my life on that low like.
Why worry? So, like, oh man. So, with all the stuff that I talk about, life expectancy of Liberians, which average life expectancy of Liberians is around 63 to 64. Now, men live to 61 years, 61.5 years old. But women live to 63 to 64. For some reason, women tend to live a bit longer. Now, high labor are some of the causes of these or the shortening of life. High labor, right? That's some of the stuff. But having a leader who comes to power and said they're gonna do something, but they don't, and you still want to be fighting for this person? No. Now, this government, since they took over, they have never built a hospital. This government, since they took over, they have never built a school. They have dedicated a school that was built by the previous government. This government, since they took over, they have not initiated something beneficial to the Liberian people. No, there's no history or none at the camp, right? I hear boy.
It's Killer Beats.
On the beats.
So what's the point, or what was the reason when we changed government? What was the reason when we changed the CDC government and brought in the unity government? You know why? Because the unity government know how to lie. The unity government, they know how to deceive the Liberian people. I mean, this individual, they've been in power before, right? They've been there, they've seen it. At the end of the day, there comes always so much propaganda, and the Liberian people buy into it. So at the end of the day, Okay, Zamale by Obezaya Tuba, right?
Beatmaster.
Zamale, Kanumba yo, Zamale go, Kanumba yo, Zamale, Kanumba yo. Zamale go, is this for your kind of day for everybody? Yeah. Zamale go back, is this for your kind of day for black and white, for old and young? Oh,
Yeah.
Zamale go, Kanumba yo, Zamale. Akamayana neboti no kemera. Akamayana neboti no kemera. Yesibo wewera. Yaminina, zibo wewera. Ya gegela, yaminina, ya gegela. Yabo pome pokabe, ya keme kwa babo.
So Zamale Obediah Topa, the Nema Victory Man. You see, Zamale is a very cool song. Why are you stressed? Go and dance. If you have money, you dance. If you don't have money, you dance. At the end of the day, life is not going to change overnight. Okay, so people need to take life serious now and start holding those government accountable. So their music say, "Who feel you control you," right? And the reason I'm playing this music, and I'm gonna have a podcast tomorrow about who feel you control you. That's exactly the scenario that we have in Liberia. Let's listen to this song.
After school life is the hardest experience. Whoever feeds you controls
And
you.
I know that I don't play other music on this platform other than Liberian music, but because this music is very everything that is being spoken about in this music, the lyric is so touchy, it's so true. That's a reality of life. So whoever feel you control you, right?
Controls you. Money buys peace, not happiness. Spiritual life hits harder than physical life. Whatever was meant to be will be. So stop stressing about things that are beyond control. Being everywhere gets you nowhere. Our parents also try not to be poor.
Why are we stressing on things that is beyond our control? The Unity Party government is in power today. What can you do? It is beyond your control. But 2029, you will be in the driver's seat. Today, the Unity Party is in the driver's seat. So remember, like I tell people, when you sit in my car, I'm the driver. I control the steering and I play my music. So I can't be driving and you want to be chasing the music. Nah. That ain't gonna work. Nah, that ain't gonna work at all. So I'm the driver. I control my stereo. I control the music that I play. So Unity Party is in power today. They control everything, right? Yes. 2029 will be your turn to be in the driver's seat. And then you can control the wheels and drive your life in the ditch or to success.
To be poor. Big money never comes clean and clean. Money never comes big. Calendar is fake. We only have day and night. If you feel to cry, just cry, even if no one is there for you. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Even selling your own kidney, you need connections. Tomorrow is not promised. Nothing is yours, not even your life, just live. One day a day will start without you. We break ourselves for people who wouldn't bend for us. Yet somehow, it's the unexpected hands that lift us when we fall. Narcissists achieve more than good people. Never think it can never happen to you. Everything ever thought is a lie. The actual things are not taught, and that's the world we live in. Consistency does not guarantee success. It's not always about working hard. Life can humble you when you see 1K as one name. You can work hard but still fail, while others are just winning without even trying. Just because you're not giving up is not a guarantee that you'll finally make it. The one who doesn't run will not get to his destination on time. People are evil, self-love is very important. Breaking a habit sounds easy till you start the process. Never think it can never happen to you. Bro to bro, don't judge your dad until you become one.
All right, guys. I think that's the end of my show tonight. You can subscribe to my Facebook channel and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well at Liberia Impact. Yes, let's do it. So come subscribe. Okay. So let me play this song and then we call it a night. Let's go, yeah. Okay. This is the last song, then we call it a night. Okay. I like this Panto. Okay. Let's go.
Skinny wanna cause trouble.
Everybody think I'm okay cause I'm smiling, but way deep down in my soul I'm drowning. Nobody trying to hear me out. They eating me up but I can't let it out. So I've been drinking liquor, blowing my trees. I don't know what happened to me. It's late in the night but I cannot sleep, oh. And no one know the way that I feel. I'm going places but I'm not free. Plenty team I wanna see, oh. I'm sad, I'm too sad. Oh, I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad. Sad. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad. I got job, I got money and life. My family, everybody alright. But I'm not happy. Oh, I'm not happy. Sometimes it be like say nobody, yeah. Sometimes I feel I say and I know myself. I got girls but I'm feeling sober. I'm falling, I can see no shoulder. I'm calling but nobody can talk. Nobody can talk to me. Everybody think I'm okay cause I'm smiling, but way deep down in my soul I'm drowning. Nobody trying to hear me out. They eating me up but I can't let it out. So I've been drinking liquor, blowing my trees. I don't know what happened to me. It's late in the night but I cannot sleep, oh. And no one know the way that I feel. I'm going places but I'm not free. Plenty team I wanna see, oh. I'm sad, I'm too sad. Oh, I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad. Sad. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. That's the end of the show, and that's how we go. Please, you can go down to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, at Liberia Impact. And also you can subscribe to my Facebook channel, my Facebook page as well. And yes, follow me on Facebook, and you can, we can interact together. Thanks to all of you for watching, and that's how we go home this morning or tonight, depending where you are.